Well, we spoke about WWE and we've also spoken about TNA.
Yeah.
And now let's go and talk about the indies. Sort of like, a spectrum that seems relatively vague and because there's loads of indies out there.
Yeah, there's like majority of companies that are like just established are indies.
So,
yeah.
Well, I'm a big fan of the indies. I like the fact that it's a great place to home talent and to kind of like help them reach bigger and better things. I mean, some people are happy enough to stay in the indies, which is all power to them.
Yeah.
Others look down on those who are in the indies and call them jobbers and nobodies and things like that.
You see, like the people who like call them jobbers and nobodies. It seems like they just don't want to give them a chance. Like if they make it, like for example, Destination X was mainly indie guys.
Yeah.
And like, although that's a good thing, although that's good, they have their own talent that they're kind of neglecting as well.
Yeah.
Which I don't like.
No, exactly. There's a few people out there that like they just didn't like them just because they didn't know their names.
Yeah, like you can't have like guys that you know all the time, mainly due to the fact that they are not going to be around forever.
No, exactly. People have to retire, injuries happen, and you've got to have places where you can go to.
Yeah.
In Britain, there are loads of promotions. I mean, all over the place. You've got loads in Scotland, you've got loads in England, you've got loads in Wales, you've got loads in Ireland.
Yeah.
Because we're British, there's quite a few wrestling promotions that we could go to, and and that we do have gone to in the past. They've put on great shows. I mean, loads of people will think about the indies and they will think, they always put on rubbish shows and they don't have like sort of a story to it. But a lot of these promotions did have a story.
Yeah, like they always try to they always put on a good show, like as if it's their last, which it may be.
Yeah, exactly, because indie promotions, although like put on some of the best wrestling that I've seen, they don't get an awful lot of money because they're only in small halls. I mean, it's places like where bands like sort of try to play as well. I mean, you don't really get a lot of money that way unless, of course, you've got your loyal fans. Because a lot of these British promotions, because Britain at times can be incredibly passionate, they will only go to British shows.
Yeah.
Especially if especially since the mainstream stuff don't really deliver at the best of times.
No, especially not over here. No, like, when was the last time you ever saw a title change from a major promotion over here?
No.
I can't remember any time.
No, me neither.
Nothing memorable has happened, like, with, like, major shows like WWE, like, over here. Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, what are some of your favourite indie promotions?
Like one of them, like is Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor, like I've mentioned Ring of Honor a lot. Like they're a good promotion.
Yeah.
But they do have their they do have their downsides, like every other promotion has. Like, for example, a lot of their matches are the same.
Yeah, they can be. I mean, when we've been watching wrestling, one thing I've noticed is the fact that whenever it's all got different things. You've got big guy against big guy, you've got big guy against small guy, you've got squash matches, and you've got sort of high flying matches, hardcore matches. I prefer having a show that is kind of varied. And I mean, although I like Ring of Honor, I can't sit and watch it for days and days on end because although they're really good, it does feel a bit redundant after a while.
In my opinion, they're a bit overrated.
They can.
Well, there's also Dragon Gate USA, which bring over talent from Japan.
Yeah.
And they also have they have more of the rising stars from the indies, like Johnny Gargano and the guy who's called Dean Ambrose now. He used to be in it, as well as Combat Zone Wrestling.
Oh, I love CZW.
Many people only think, it's just deathmatch. It isn't.
Yeah,
you see, there's this tournament called Tournament of Death.
Yeah.
But if they don't deliver death matches in that, that's like false advertising.
Yeah, exactly. Because CZW, I got into CZW from a friend who he was like saying that this because we were trying to do our own back garden sort of thing.
Yeah.
You were in it as well. It was a highly enjoyable, but we were wanting it to be real because we were dopey kids. We wanted everything to be real. We couldn't handle the fact that when we found out that wrestling was actually predetermined, we couldn't have had this, and it was all safe. We couldn't have this. What we loved about CZW was the fact that it felt real. And although it's an ignorant way to think about, to be honest with you, because although I like seeing like blood, I don't want to see the guys get hurt, if that makes any sense, because I'm not. Although, at times I can be bloodthirsty, it's I don't want people to die.
Yeah, like you see, people like going about like CCW, like the videos that you see on YouTube.
Yeah,
that does not showcase the best like wrestling that CCW has to offer.
Yeah,
that's just their deathmatch stuff. And I used to be a huge fan of deathmatch wrestling. It's kind of like subsided now. I'm more of a fan of like Japanese wrestling.
Yeah. One thing that I don't like about the CZW fans is the fact that they can be ignorant as well. The fact that like if someone messes up, because it's a very difficult thing, bro. I mean, like they're putting their bodies through a lot of punishment for bloodthirsty fans, and that can't be an easy feat.
They're like extremely spoiled fans as well. Like they always try to like give them something new, like something innovative. Yeah. That's why they're normally featured on Botchmania.
You know that water jug? I get so angry whenever I see the person with the water jug and he's not able to break it on them. And then the crowd just chat. I mean, sometimes, I'm not a big fan of the CZW fans.
No.
My favourite indie promotion off the top of my head, because I like them all, would probably be Chikara.
Yeah, Chikara is like a tremendous promotion. It's got a good variety, and if it's the way like a family-friendly-esque organisation should be.
I really do enjoy the fact. I love the fact that the clips that I've seen. Because I've seen clips, I've seen whole events as well, but I've seen clips as well when one of the guys is throwing up a pretend grenade. It's not a real grenade. Yeah. It's just there's nothing there. He's just throwing an air grenade up in the sky, drops it down, and everyone sells it. Even the referee falls down. I just love the fact that it's so surreal and just it can be daft and it's funny as well, not like in a very forced American way sort of thing, like what WWE try and do.
Like you see, their humor comes naturally. Like a Colt Cabana match.
Yeah,
is funny in a natural way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've had the pleasure of seeing Colt Cabana live, and it is even better live than watching it on the screen.
Yeah. Well, one thing another thing I like about Chikara is the fact that even if they botch, they will pretend that was part of the show, and they will just put it on as if we meant to do that kind of thing, even though it's obvious that they messed up. That's another thing why I like the indies, because not all they're a bit the same. I mean, if someone messes up, it's not really necessarily a big deal. No one's going to really get fired or anything like that. Plus, you feel unlike the major promotions where. TNA used to be like this as well, but it doesn't feel that way now. They used to be like a kind of family.
Yeah.
And you could feel like, they all actually, you could imagine them all going for a drink and having a laugh afterwards and speaking about everything.
Like you see, in Britain, it's kind of like that way. They are like a family type unit, and it's nice because I'm training to get into wrestling.
Yeah.
That is probably why I speak more I try to watch it with a worker type point of view.
Yeah.
Because I've been training for about a year.
Yeah.
And I know how to know how it works.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not doing anything like that. I've got my own things. I'm just what you call a casual fan, which is why at times, I mean, if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't actually be watching a lot of wrestling, to tell you the truth. If I wasn't making these videos, I'd be doing other stuff, my own thing.
The NWA used to be a major promotion.
Yeah.
And now they're indie. In my opinion, if if WWE end up like, because I feel that WWE are going to just go wind down and down and down and down.
Yeah.
Due to their own like kind of stupidity.
Well, yes, they are sort of like harming themselves by just being stubborn.
Like NWA are sticking kind of to their roots. They've got many different like places, like in Georgia. Like Georgia is the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like one of my favorite shows from an indie promotion was we got it on DVD. It's that it was that one with Mike Tyson and
1PW.
1PW. I enjoyed because that was it had one of those things. One of the shows that I was talking about where it had everything.
1PW unfortunately is out of business now, which sucks.
It is terrible when like they are unable to keep on going, because obviously you have to rent out rings at times or buy your own rings.
Yeah, you have to pay your workers. You have to like hire like rent halls and stuff.
Yeah, and it can sometimes. However, the good thing about like some of the indies is the fact that, especially indie wrestlers, they don't get paid an awful lot, which shows that they have passion.
Yeah, they're dedicated. It's not like a Kevin Nash. He's openly admitting that he just does it for the money.
Yeah.
Which I have more respect for that than like if they were like, oh no, hush hush.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like it makes him less of a scumbag by admitting that.
Yeah.
Because like he's sort of like, I'm a scumbag. I admit I'm a scumbag, and I would do anything for money, kind of thing. Which why not? At least as you say, at least he's honest. A lot of indie guys have to sleep in their cars, and they have to like live off like very little food, and they just work out to try and work at their craft. I mean, that shows pure passion.
And also they have to maintain jobs also, because like most like try to maintain a living off it, but you don't get paid enough.
No, you don't. No.
Like here in Britain, like I don't think there's any wrestler that wrestles full time.
No.
Like there's also like I feel that like the independent like promotions are like getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
As like, because way back like when it like was like a new kind of thing, like not really like as known like now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, not when I knew it. That is.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of like not really great. You could tell that it's just like a substandard product.
Yeah.
Like it was good still, but it wasn't nearly like as good as like the mainstream. But now it seems like the indie promotions are better in the mainstream.
Well,
like they're trying new things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like who can like criticize trying new things?
Yeah, yeah. Well, if we can end this off with any sort of message, unless you've got anything else to say.
No.
The message would be this: try and support your local indie promotion if you're a wrestling fan.
And if you want to get into a wrestling, like if you want to become a wrestler, go to your local, like, because you can get into wrestling. It is really easy. Just talk to a local, like, wrestling trainer.
Yeah, like
it's easy.
Everyone in the world has a Facebook. Everyone in the world has an MSN. Try and look them up.
You can
if you're a shy guy, because I understand a lot of people can be reserved.
Yeah.
Just like give them a message. I mean, you'll be surprised how friendly and understanding a lot of these guys can be. I mean, I've spoken to a couple of them, and it's actually a really good thing to get into. Everyone everyone seems like they're friends,
and everybody is trying to like make everybody better.
Yeah,
they're trying to help each other.
Try and support your local indie thread if you're a wrestling fan, and who knows, they might crack a TV deal.
Yeah,
and we'll all be good.
Yeah.
So I guess that's all I've got to say about that.
Well, yeah, bye.
Bye.